Well, hello and welcome to this video where I want to talk about how I took this photograph. That photograph was taken about 2 years ago and it was on a family vacation trip to Gotland. Sweden have two big islands. It's Öland and Gotland. And this time we went on the west coast of Gotland. So we were there roughly for 7 days. So I had like 1 of 5 days to go out and shoot something. And I decided to go out on sunset because we were on western side. I wanted the sun in the photographs. At this specific trip, most of the evenings it was raining. But the forecast said that it might not rain as much that particular evening. So I decided to go out and try my luck. So I went into the car and I drove to the nearest beach and it was raining. So I was sitting in the car waiting out the rain, and after a while it stopped raining a little bit. So I just ran down to the beach and set up my camera trying to find something interesting with the rocks and the ocean and like some kind of nice composition with longer exposure time. I didn't have any filters at that time, so I had some difficulties creating a really long exposure time, but I could make a photograph with like a half a second exposure or something, smoothing things out just a little bit. The problem was that it started raining again and I was really struggling with the front element of like the lens front element. It got water on it all the time. I should have used a lens protection, but I didn't bring it with me. So I was trying to wipe it clean all the time. Together with the polarizing filter that I had, it kind of turned when I was wiping it clean. So the polarizing was coming on and off and I was really struggling and the composition was bad. And after a while I was like, I just gave up and I went back to the car. And I figured I'd wait a little bit more. So while I was in the car cleaning up the equipment, something really nice happened, and the storm front that came from land, like from the west, moved towards the east, just disappeared. It ended, and the sun came up. So I was like in a situation where the storm was just passing over my head, and I had storm clouds to the east, really dark, moody storm clouds to the east, and I had a beautiful golden sunset in the west. And that mix, that combination of light and storm was awesome. I really hadn't seen that kind of light and contrast before. So I went out, I was like shooting everything. I was shooting grass, I was shooting trees in the sun with the sunset in the background, and yeah, I didn't really know what to shoot. Everything was awesome at that point. Eventually a house caught my eyes, and that specific house was like it was near a road with a lot of people and parked cars next to it. So it was, I think it was a kind of a restaurant. The fact is that it made a really interesting composition together with the storm clouds that it had above it. In order to remove the distracting elements, which were the people and the cars that were parked next to the house, I had to go really low using the grass as the front element covering things up. And I took a few shots and I ended up with this photograph. What caught my eyes with this photograph is that the clouds seem to form some kind of tornado. There aren't any tornadoes in Sweden as far as I know, but it was still like, I liked the shape of the clouds at that point. So I decided to name this image In the Eye Of. I took some panorama photos as well, but none of them were as strong as this photograph. That's it. That's how I ended up with this portfolio image. It was pure luck. It was pure accident. I just went out on a chance and I didn't know what I was gonna shoot. I didn't know how the weather was gonna turn out. I was really lucky that day. But my point here is always bring your camera with you because you never know what's gonna happen. And especially if there's a storm front and you know that it's gonna pass, I would most definitely take the camera with me. So that's it for this time. I hope that I have inspired you to always bring your camera with you. And if you like this video, do give it a like. As usual, comments, thoughts, and suggestions are always welcome in the comment section. And if you want to see more of my upcoming content, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.